Back in 1987, a factory worker from Ohio walked away from his assembly line gig and started sharpening kitchen knives from a beat-up minivan. A decade later, he was pocketing $94,000 annually, working only 4 days most weeks. Today, dozens of these overlooked trades bring in nearly twice the paycheck of a typical desk job, and almost no one under 40 has ever heard of them. Just wait until you hear about number 14. One fellow in Texas reportedly hauled in $180,000 last year, operating right out of his home garage. And number 3? That skill used to be taught in American middle schools until some education expert decided spreadsheets were more important. These are the 20 forgotten moneymakers that faded away when corporate culture convinced your granddad that a real man punches someone else's time clock. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button, because at least one of these could completely change your financial future. Let's kick off with number 20. Number 20. Knife and scissor sharpening routes long before food trucks became hip. Traveling sharpeners drove painted vans through residential streets, ringing a brass bell that told every homemaker to bring out her dull blades. By the early 1970s, a skilled sharpener could visit 40 houses per day, asking $2 per knife. That added up to over $400 a week in $1975, more than $2,000 today. Then stainless steel and disposable blades convinced America that dull was just a fact of life. Here's what they don't advertise. A modern sharpener using a belt grinder, a route through restaurant districts, and a phone card reader can charge $8 to $12 per blade. One operator in Colorado published his books online last year. 86 grand in revenue, 17,000 in expenses, leaving nearly 70,000 in profit, working 3 days a week. Restaurants alone keep these folks fully booked. Your grandfather understood this secret. We completely forgot. Your grandfather's workshop built more wealth than your office cubicle ever will. Number 19. Window screen repair. When aluminum screens began tearing back in the 1960s, every block had a guy with a roll of mesh and a hand tool who'd fix your window in 20 minutes for $3. Then big box stores flooded the market with pre-made screens, and the trade went underground. What they don't tell you, those factory screens almost never fit right. Replacing a window at a chain hardware store runs $40 to $60. A guy with a $30 spline tool, fiberglass mesh, and a folding table can rescreen any window in 15 minutes for $25, pocketing $22. Multiply that by 10 houses on a Saturday morning, that's $220 before noon. One repairman in Phoenix runs ads only on Nextdoor and clears 40 grand a year working weekends. Most of his customers had been quoted $300 at a hardware store and decided to ask a neighbor instead. Number 18. Worm farming back in the 1950s. Every gas station near a lake sold live nightcrawlers in styrofoam cups for $0.25. The supplier was usually an old-timer with a backyard bed full of worms, soil, and coffee grounds. He'd move 3,000 worms a week to bait shops at a nickel each during fishing season. By 1955, that added up to roughly $1,500 a summer, real money. Today, that same worm farmer can sell red wigglers and European nightcrawlers online for $40 a pound. A backyard bin measuring 4 by 8 feet can produce 10 pounds per month with almost zero labor. That's $400 in profit from something most people pay to throw away, compost, if you're wondering. Master Gardener forums are packed with retirees pulling in $1,200 a month from worms kept in their garage. Startup costs? About $60 for a bin and a starter colony. Number 17. Firewood splitting and delivery. Every rural town in America used to have a firewood guy. He'd show up in October with a cord of split, seasoned hardwood and stack it neatly by your back porch for $40. Today, a face cord of seasoned oak in upstate New York runs $350 delivered. A full cord can hit $900. Here's the math nobody runs. A standing dead tree is often free. A logger's leftover piles are usually free. A used hydraulic splitter costs about $1,500 and lasts 20 years. One guy in Vermont posts his numbers online every year out of spite. Last winter, he sold 72 cords. After fuel and chains, he walked away with $38,000 between October and February, working 3 days a week. He still drives a 30-year-old pickup. He owns his land outright. He retired from a teaching job at 58 because firewood paid better than the school system did. Number 16, vending machine operations now. Things get really interesting. Forget what social media tells you about passive income. Real vending operators, the ones who started in the 1970s, knew this game cold. A single well-placed snack machine in a busy laundromat or auto shop can clear $200 to $300 a month in profit. The forgotten part, you don't need a national distributor. The original vending guys bought candy and chips at wholesale clubs, marked them up 400%, and split commissions with location owners. Modern operators with 20 machines spread across a small city report $60,000 to $100,000 in annual revenue, with profit margins around 40%. Here's the kicker. The Small Business Administration still classifies vending as one of the most recession-resistant micro-businesses in America. A used machine costs about $400 on Facebook Marketplace. Locations are often free if you pitch it right. Your grandfather's barber probably had one. He probably retired very comfortably.